know how to run your credit report? Now, a lot of time people know how to find their credit score, but they are not really reviewing their credit report. And that can be very dangerous because if something is wrong with your credit score, the best place for you to review it is going to your credit report. This is very important because if there is an identity theft, you will be able to catch it on your credit report. So stay tuned and let's discover exactly how to find your credit report and how to interpret it. Welcome back to Family Finance Made Easy podcast, the podcast where we are breaking down money topics into simple, practical ways that every family can use. I am your host. My name is Patience Naodaka Ej, a financial professional here to help you make some smart financial decisions. Now, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to Family Finance Made Easy. And you can also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Now, in today's episode, we are looking at credit report. Now, if you have not subscribed, go back and watch the previous episodes on credit score. And you will understand those are two different things. There's a difference between the credit score and the credit report. And so today we are looking at credit report. Let's get started. Now, what exactly is this credit report in the first place? Now, your credit report is actually a detailed record of how you handle borrowed money. Now, it tells a story of what you actually do when you have borrowed money. Now, your credit report will include information about your credit cards, your car loan, mortgages, any collection account that you have, your payment history, and certain public records. And so this is a detailed record of everything you've been doing financially, especially with borrowed money. Now, the way I like to look at the difference between your credit report and your credit score is like your education, where you have your report card versus the actual grade that you got or your GPA. So the credit report is actually represented the actual report card that tells everything that you did in the school year. And the credit score is actually the grade you got or your GPA. And so that makes you understand that this credit report is like the whole report of how you've been performing in the whole financial system. So now where and how can you access your credit report? How do you get access to your credit report? Now, you can actually access your credit report from the three major nationwide credit bureaus from annualcreditreport.com. You need to go to annualcreditreport.com. Now, this is a federal website where you can actually have access to your free credit reports. And so this is how you get your report. Now, when you go onto the website, you will need your personal information like your name, your previous name, current address, previous addresses that you've used before, date of birth, phone number, or portion of identifying information, and employment information. And so you get to put all this information in, and then you'll be able to run your credit report. Now, the first thing you want to do when you run your credit report is to actually check, is your name spelled correctly? The addresses that you see, is it addresses that you recognize? Is the details on there making sense? Now, is every personal information you have on the report, is it accurate? Is it credit? Does it need to be disputed? These are things you need to look out for when you run the report. First thing, you are also going to see all the accounts that you have on your credit report. You're going to see all the account, like the credit cards you have. If you have any auto loan, you're going to have a personal loan, mortgage, basically any debt that you have, student loans, they are all going to show on your report. Now, what you need to check is that, do you recognize the lender? Is it the actual creditor name that you know? The account type? Are they matching what you know? And that is very important for you to verify, just to make sure that there is nothing intruding your report. You will also see all the outstanding loans that you have, even the ones you've already finished paying. Sometimes you will see those on there as well, like your credit cards, your personal loans, car loan, mortgage, student loan. You're gonna see all these accounts on there. Now, when you see this account on there, make sure you check, the name of the creditor. These are things that you need to verify that they are accurate. The name of the creditor, the dates that these accounts got opened, what type of account is it. These are very, very important. You need to check these things just to make sure that your credit report is actually accurate. You're also going to see your payment history. You're going to see if you are the kind of person that pays on time, if you are the kind of person that, is 30 days late, 60 days late. It's going to show on your credit report, and you're going to see. And when you look at it, make sure you are matching it so that you know that this is accurate, or actually I am paying on time. By why is it showing that I'm always late with this creditor? So make sure you are checking, you're reviewing, and you can actually dispute anything that you see that you don't recognize. You are also going to see the status of the accounts. You're going to see if it's still open or active. You're going to see if it's been closed or you are done paying it. You're also going to see if it's paid or charged off. You're also going to see accounts that are in collection. Now, this is very important. You're going to see accounts that are in collection on your credit report. Now, when you see accounts that are in collection, you need to verify the collection company. You need to also check the original creditor. You also need to check the account balance on it, the date, and account status. This is very important. Then you ask yourself, do I recognize this debt? Now, is it really mine? Very, very important. Is the balance correct? You need to verify these things because, like I said, it could be an identity theft. Don't automatically think it is, though. Be warned, don't automatically think it is. Make sure you're asking yourself these questions and you are actually checking into it. Has the debt already been paid? Now, remember, if you pay anything, if you pay any debt, and you don't see it reflect on your credit report, it means that the creditor has not reported it yet to the bureaus. And so don't panic yet. Give it some time for it to reflect. Do not immediately pay anything that you see in collection on your credit report. It could be something that does not belong to you. So please verify if it belongs to you first before you try to fix it. So now let me explain the difference between a hard inquiry and a soft inquiry. Now, a hard inquiry is actually when you apply to get a new credit. Now, that is going to pull your credit and it will affect your credit score. Now, a soft inquiry is actually when you are checking your own credit score, or maybe you got a job and they're actually looking into your credits or anything like that. Those are usually a soft pull and does not affect your credit score. So when you see this on your credit report, you want to review all the hard inquiries and make sure that you actually recognize every single creditor on the hard inquiries, because these are things that affects your credit score and you want to make sure that it's not coming from an intruder. Now, you need to know that your credit report is very detailed and it has like all your financial transactions, but your credit report does not include information like your checking account balance, your savings account balance, like your salary, your retirement account balance, how much cash you have, or your investment portfolios, your race, religion, or marital status. There are certain things like this you're not going to see on your report. That's not what this is about. This is really checking how you handle borrowed money. So those are the things that you're going to see on your credit report. Now let's look at some common errors that you could see on your report that should raise red flags to you. Now you may see accounts that are not yours. When you see an account that is not yours, you need to actually look into it, verify that is indeed not yours, and you need to dispute it. You may also see like incorrectly payment or wrong balances, closed account listed as open. That's very, very important to check. Duplicate accounts or debts, incorrect personal information. These are things that are very, very important that you need to check. And information belonging to someone with a similar name. Someone with a similar name. So these are things that you really, really need to be cautious about when you are actually reviewing your credit report. So then, what should you do if you find an error on your credit report? Now, when you find an error on your credit report, do not panic. Now, you need to document it. Like I said, you're going to dispute it. You don't want to leave anything ignored. By the federal law, credit bureaus have about 30 days so they can investigate every dispute. And so make sure you document it, have your evidence, and make sure you check in with the companies that are actually that provided it or reported that. And so make sure that you are checking these things and dispute it because it must be investigated. All right, so because things can go wrong, it is so important for you to be on top of your credit report. You can actually get your credit report like once a week, once a month from the annual credit report.com. So please don't ignore reviewing your credit report. It is very important and you must stay on top of it. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. My name once again is Patience Naudaka J. If you like this video, please like, comment, and share with family and friends so they can also understand the credit reporting system. Now, until the next episode, it is my prayer that you stay on top of your credit report and you do not go through identity theft.